So looking at lengths, again in the metric scale here, common things that we measure for lengths are going to be things like in kilometers, maybe the distance between cities or the distance across a town. Meters might be more like a running race or the length of a pool, size of a classroom. Centimeters, things that we measure that are a bit smaller, maybe like the height of a flower. And millimeters would be really small things that we might measure, like the width of a coin. And unlike in mass, where the common measurements we use, there was a difference between 1,000 between all of them. Here we don't quite have that, it changes. So you have to be careful about this. So I need you to draw this into your book and make sure you kind of memorize what's going on here. Between millimeters and centimeters, there's a difference of 10. So for every 10 millimeters, you have 1 centimeter. In centimeters, the difference between centimeters and meters is 100. For every centimeter you have 1 meter. And for meters to kilometers, or kilometers, for every meter you have 1,000 kilometers. So part of that's the prefix in here. Milli means 1,000, and that means to me that there's actually 1,000 millimeters in a meter. Centi means 100, and that's going to be 100 centimeters in a meter. And kilo also means 1,000, but kind of in the other way around, that for one of these I'll have 1,000 of the meters. So again, between milli and centi is 10, between centi and meter is 100, and between meter and kilometer is 1,000. And if you're going from small units to big units, you need to divide again. So going up from small to big, you divide, and going down from big to small, you times, similar to last time. So if we look at doing a few of these measurements, if I'm going to convert 25 millimeters to meters, millimeters to meters, means I have to go up twice on the scale, and I want to think about this. I'm going from little to big, so I need to be doing a divide, and here I have to go through it twice. So you can keep it simple like this and do 25 divided by 10 and then divided by 100. Make sure you put them in there all, and you should have 0.025 of a meter. And another thing that you can do to this actual table is actually make a little bit of an adjustment if you want. You can add in these ones because sometimes they come up frequently. To go between millimeters and meters, that's dividing by 1,000. So you could do that in one step of saying 25 divided by 1,000. And that would get you to 0.025 meters. And then same thing around, from meters down to millimeters, you can times by 1,000, knowing that there's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. So let's take a look at another example. Convert 9.45 centimeters into millimeters, centimeters into millimeters, and here I notice I'm going from centimeters, which are bigger than millimeters, so I need to be timesing because I'm going from big to little. 9.45 times 10 gets me to 94.5 millimeters. And that makes sense. There's 10 millimeters for every centimeter, so if I have 9 centimeters, I should have something around 90 millimeters. Converting from kilometers to meters, here I'm going from a big unit down to a small unit again. So I need to be thinking about timesing. And I know that there's 1,000 meters in every kilometer, so I need to times by 1,000. That's this part of the scale, going from kilometers down to meters, times by 1,000. And you should get 1,200 meters. Converting 450 centimeters into meters, well, centimeters are little and meters are bigger. So here I'm going from little to big. I need to be dividing. And I know there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So I'm going to go 450 divided by 100 is equal to 0.45 of a meter. So not a whole meter yet. And this makes sense to me because, oops, sorry, too far. Does not make sense to me because I know that there should be 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So if I've got over 400 centimeters, I should have over 4 meters. So I should have 4.5 meters. So 450 centimeters will give me 4.5 meters, dividing by 100. And then the last one, converting from centimeters to kilometers. That's a long way around, so we have to go from centimeters up to kilometers. So that's dividing by 100 and then dividing by 1000. Going from little to big, I'm dividing. So 895 divided by 100 divided by 1000. And we should get a really, really small number. In this case, we're going to get 0.00895 kilometers. And again, 895 centimeters is close to 900. 900 centimeters is about 9 meters, and I know I need 1,000 meters to get to a kilometer, so 9 meters is nowhere near 1,000. So I should have a very small number here for kilometers, and that's what we see. So again, you need to memorize this for yourself and get it sorted, that you know that there's 10 millimeters in a centimeter, that there's 1,000 millimeters in a meter, and there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer, and that if you're going from little to big, you're going to divide, and from big to little, you're going to times. So take heart of this, try to get it into your head, and go out and do some problems with it.